Hi there, my name is Samantha, and I'm a program manager with Catholic Family Services Peel-Dufferin. And I wanted to tell you today about a story that I experienced while working with Catholic Family Services. One of the programs that I work with is called the Safe Center of Peel. And at the Safe Center, we provide a number of different services for families who've experienced violence, abuse, trauma. The Safe Center works with a lot of different agencies who all work together to support these families. And Catholic Family Services is the lead organization for this. And so one day we had a woman come in to Catholic Family Services with her 3 children. And, the youngest was around 5 years old. The oldest was a teenager, but she came in and she was just distraught, very emotional. And she told us that she had recently left a violent relationship, had taken her kids and left, and didn't have anywhere to stay. She had just put all of their clothes into the car, anything that they could pack up, and had left. And she found herself at our door. And so we talked with her, we took her down to the Safe Center of Peel, which is in the same building. And we got her children to stay in our childminding room, so they were taken care of, they could play, and we sat down with her to look at options for what we could do. And we had a number of different staff trying to find a shelter, a place for the family to go for the night. And we started calling together. We all took turns and we started calling different shelters, and call after call after call was made, and we just could not find a spot for her. Every shelter we called was full. There was no room. We called places from Brampton, Mississauga, Toronto, Barrie, Windsor, Orangeville, everywhere that we could think of. And I just remember the woman's face whenever we got turned down, and she got turned down, and she would look at me and say, "They can't take us. I don't know what to do. They can't take us." And just the feeling of being so distraught at not knowing where her kids were going to sleep that night. And so finally, after a few hours of making calls all over the place, we found her a shelter we found her a space at a shelter in London, Ontario. And so she was able to have a room to go there. And the problem was she had very little money. She didn't have a lot of gas in her car. So we also scrambled around and found some gift cards for gas stations to be able to, get her to the place she needed to go, as well as some grocery store gift cards that we had gotten from donations that we gave to her because she hadn't even really eaten very much that day. And finally, as she picked up her kids and was, about to leave and walk out the door, she turned to us and she said, "Thank you so much. If I ever get back on my feet, when I become financially stable again, when I get things together, I'll come back and repay all of you." And of course we said, that's not necessary. Don't worry about it. Just get to where you need to go to be safe for now. But just that gesture was so meaningful that, even in her time of real trial and despair, that she was still thinking about how she could give back to us. And so that story really stayed with me. And it's an example of what we can really do for families in need. And so, I want to just say thank you to everyone who has donated and for all the support that you will give us. Stories like these are only possible because of your support. So thank you.